Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to today's live session where we're going to have a super fun, super exciting conversation that really helps us not only achieve success in our lives, but do so in a way that's so fulfilling and so enjoyable and so fun that even when you're doing the work to get to your goals, there's not a single day where you feel bored or exhausted. Yes, that's a possibility. That's a success that we can create. And today, in the next 15 minutes, we're going to talk about exactly how to do that. Because the truth is, the more fun you have in your life, the more you grow. I know it already, what you're thinking. You're thinking that, well, all my life, I've actually been taught the opposite of that. I've been told that if I want to have fun, I'll have to grow first, I'll have to put in the effort, I'll have to put in the hard work, and ultimately, one day, when all of that pays off, that's when I can relax, rejuvenate, and just have fun in my life. But what if I told you that's a false idea? And that idea, that belief might be the very reason you're struggling so much and things are taking so much longer for you. Because if you really look at people who've made it big, well, they have fun in life. And today, how to have that fun, that's exactly what we're going to learn. And it's important because if you've been here for yesterday's live as well, right? If not, no problem. Go back, check it out. It's a very powerful one. Yesterday, we talked about the role that our energy plays in the success that we have and in the life that we create. And we thought about we covered up this very specific definition that told us the difference between good energy and bad energy. And it was this: the quality of your energy decides the quality of your life. That's a very powerful sentence, a very important sentence. And if you understand that, you've understood 90% of life. I'm telling you, if you can understand the role your energy plays, you are going to live a much, much, much better life. And based on that principle comes the success maxim that I've told you here. And that is, the more fun you have, the more you grow in life. And here's a simple way to think about it: fun, laughter, lightheartedness, banter, jokes, all these funny things, and all these things that make our heart grow and fulfill with joy. What kind of energy do these things carry? They may be a bit meaningless at times. They may not really have a lot of productivity involved in them. But how do they make you feel? High energy or low energy? Well, of course, all of us know that it's high energy. But now I want you to imagine another scenario. I want you to imagine someone who's working 18 hours a day. He's really grinding. He's building his dream startup, or he's working at a brand new job. And he's like, I've got to prove myself. I've got to get a lot of growth. I've got to get a lot of success. And in the chase of that success, that man, that person is just burning himself out every single day. He's waking up with a headache, he's waking up with this dread to face the day that is ahead, but he's okay with it. He's like, no, I've got to put in the work, I've got to suffer, I've got to really, really grind it out. And with eyes heavy and head heavy and just a overall negative attitude, he's approaching his work, he's approaching his tasks, he's approaching everything that he has to do. Now, is that high energy or low energy? Well, we all know the answer. That is low energy. And that is why this, and I don't know if this is the right way to frame this, but I'm going to say it anyway. But our society has a feeling of glory when it comes to pain and suffering. And that reason, that glory is the very reason 90% of dreams die in the graveyard before they ever take flight, because we are living life way too seriously than we need to. Think about it. Yes, you're being serious. Yes, you're being really productive. Yes, you're grinding for 18 hours a day and you're in that hustle zone and you're in that high energy, I'm going to rock the world zone. But every single day, if you're dreading and you're stressed and you're worried and you're overwhelmed and you're out of your mind and you're not living your life and you're living like a robot who's struggling every single day, then guess what? You're going to get in your life? Not happiness and fun at the end of the tunnel. You can't enter one tunnel and expect to come out the other way. You're only going to end up where that tunnel is going. My question is, what do you want ultimately? Do you want a happy and fulfilling and fun filled life? Or do you want a stressed and insecure and negative and low energy life? Well, of course, I know the answer is that you want that high energy, positive, incredible, fun life. But what if I told you, actually, you would like the struggle life more? That's true. 90% of us do that. And it's only because of this one belief that I want to address today so that you can finally start growing the way you deserve to grow. I want you to lean in close for this. And I want you to understand this very keenly, very deeply, because it is that important. The moment you realize that you equate your success with suffering, that's the moment you will realize why you are stuck in your life for so long. See, 90% of us live in this world where success is not glorified by how much fun someone had while they were doing it. Success is glorified by the hardships they went through. When someone achieves something big, they're not asked, oh, so how were you doing every day? No, they were asked, what challenges did you face? What barriers did you break through? What new avenues did you unlock in your life? And all those questions that we ask people who've really made it big. Struggle is the language of success that we speak, and in that, fun and joy and happiness feel like foreign words that have no meaning. And so we think those are the antonyms of success. That if we're using our time to have fun, if we're using our time to feel joy, if we're using our time to feel loved, it means we are doing something wrong, that we are not suffering enough for the success we know we deserve. But my question to you is, who said suffering is compulsory? It's not. You are the one who's made that a condition because you believe subconsciously that, wait, if I do it very easily, then am I not cheating the game? If I have fun while I'm actually doing it, then how will I go to other people and get their sympathy when I say, oh, yeah, I had to go through so many challenges. You've no idea what I went through and what I dealt with. And then to tell them that whole story of how I'm a savior and a warrior and a survivor and all of that. When you choose suffering, you get that. But my question is it worth it? That's the question. And I don't want me to give you an answer. I want you to really check in with your heart and ask yourself, is it worth it to continue suffering like this, all in the name of a future goal you're going to achieve, and to sacrifice the fun you're having now, and to continue living in a low energy zone that keeps you stuck where, despite your hard work, you're still not growing? I know you don't want that. I know you want a different life. So now that we're clear on this distinction of why fun is actually the reason people grow more, because it's a higher energy that keeps you going, are you ready to imbibe it into your life? Are you ready to really, really, really embrace it? Because at first it's gonna be a bit uncomfortable, I'm telling you, because you're used to that glory of suffering. But the moment you recognize, no, this is actually way more useful, this is way more fun, I'm telling you, you are gonna love your life. So when people look at me, I'll give you my example, through that you'll understand. They only see two parts of my story as very crucial. The very first part is that I published a book at 14. I made a world record with it. I became a best selling author with it. And the other fact that they see is that I'm a 19-year-old who's coached hundreds and hundreds of different people from different backgrounds in one-on-one coachings, in live lectures, in sessions, and that over the past 6 years, I have been working on building this as my career, something that I'm truly passionate about. They see the books behind me and they think, oh, he's a very studious person. He puts in so much effort. He takes in a lot of work. Well, guess what? I am that person. I do a lot of hard work. I really focus on the goals that I have, and I have the wisdom and the awareness and the energy and the ability to focus and to create the outcomes that I want. But in that, I'm not suffering. That's the difference. Instead of suffering, here's what I'm actually feeling. Coming here on this YouTube live is actually super duper fun for me. I love doing it. There's Tell me what's better than getting to speak your thoughts out to a large group of people, but the people are not there in front of you. So there's no one to judge you. There are no demeaning eyes. There are no awkward or weird looks. It's such a safe space, such a fun space. I can speak out my mind and then forget. I don't even look at your reactions. I don't even, by that I mean that I can't see you physically, right? I can't see your face, so I don't look at your reactions. I'm free to just speak my mind out without any judgment, and I love it. Just like that. When I'm writing or when I'm doing my work, I'm not thinking of it as, oh my god, another day, another article I have to write, another coaching session I have to do. No, I have fun while doing it. I love doing it. And at the same time, I'm the kind of person who can sit there with his friends and just joke for no reason at all. Laugh at the silliest of things. Like, if you ask me to make a joke, I'm very good at making very bad jokes. I mean, my comedy has this sense that it'll make you laugh, but it'll make you laugh because, like, how does his brain even work? How does he connect A to Z? Like, but I'm okay with that. I'm having fun with that. I'm loving that. And so I am able to create this balance in my life where I have this ambition and sincerity to achieve my goal, but I have a childlike curiosity and lightheartedness to live life in the now as it is. And that beautiful duality, that beautiful balance is what creates fulfillment. And I read this somewhere recently. I'm not sure who the author is, but this was a very beautiful line. My favorite kind of people are those who are ambitiously unserious in life. That's a paradoxical word, but I want you to embrace that as your identity if you really want to have a fun and happy life. Be ambitiously unserious. Focus on your goals, but then laugh out loud like an idiot if you want to. Focus and create massive waves of success in your career. Gain wisdom, look at world from an elevated perspective, but don't forget the beauty and the fun that is there in some days just sitting with your loved ones and having a conversation. Be that person who thinks of that 10-year strategic plan and makes that investor convinced that yes, my startup is going to be the one that goes to the next level. Be the person who delivers excellence at his or her job, but also be the person who can come home at the end of the day and just play with their dog for the sake of it for no reason at all and live their life in the now. You see, we believe we have to sacrifice one or the other, but that's not true. In fact, the more you nurture this unserious and fun part, the more you elevate your energy. So, when you need to be ambitious and when you need to take massive action, you can do so with more energy, more focus, more drive, and zero suffering, zero pain, zero feeling of overwhelm and oh my god, I'm doing so much. None of that is gonna happen. The question is, are you willing to embrace and accept this path of success where you don't have to really hammer yourself or make yourself hurt or suffer or go through so many challenges? All you have to do is manage this paradox of ambition and unseriousness in life, of focus and fun, of growth and banter, of thinking of the future, but not forgetting that the life you have is the life you have in this moment right now. Live it, be in it, be present to it, and even the hard work is going to feel like a blessing, because that's the level of energy you will carry. So I want you to make a commitment to yourself right now. Over the next 24 hours, till the time we meet for the next live session, you are going to do at least one thing that makes you feel a lot of fun and lightheartedness in your life, something that brings out your unserious side, so you can balance it with your ambition, and you can really see the power and the energy that comes out when you balance both the sides. I've told you a lot of stories, I've given you my example, I've given you the breakdown of why this matters. Now go experience it for yourself, and you will truly understand what I mean by it, and the power that's there in being ambitiously unserious. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you tomorrow at the same time, 8:30 p.m. Till then, keep growing and keep having fun. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.